Wow.
And now it's starting.
Just
That's okay. It'll be ambient noise.
So it looks like I don't recognize who's this fella in the red? Who's this other bald guy in the red beanie? Is this Brazilian week? What are we doing?
Brazilian week.
Holy shit! And you
I should have did that before my trip.
Yeah, you got like an infected on your shirt too. What's that? What's this shit?
My Cardinals, bro. This is my movie day shirt. So
okay.
My oldest son is moving into his first apartment tomorrow. So we loaded up the U-Hauls today, and he starts school in August. He's going to be freshman in college, and he's going to live right next door to the college. And
wow,
off he goes. Baby bird's flying.
Wow,
that's really cool, man.
Yeah. I was saying, he's like, he did say, Dad, tomorrow if you want to spend the night, you can. I was like, oh, is baby bird scared? I go, baby bird's scared? Need Dad? And he goes, no, I just messing with you. So,
oh man,
yeah, Mom's getting all of his groceries tomorrow, so we're just gonna load them up, and then I'm like, man, I'll just touch base with you, and we'll figure it out. See what you need.
That's insane. It just seems like yesterday that you took him up to the academy or whatever the name of the school is that he was at.
Yeah, the high school. Yeah.
Yeah, when I moved to Texas, he was in elementary school. I'm like, wait, what? Like, that's crazy to me.
Did you explain to Chad what elementary school is?
What?
Did you explain to Chad what elementary? This is going to be a long episode.
Yeah, elementary school is where they teach you right and wrong.
Oh, I must have skipped that part.
See, Chad doesn't know any of that shit.
Yeah,
you're a bass player. You're
girls have cooties.
No, and that's why all your hair is disappearing. Both of you.
Oh man, crazy busy week, and I didn't say a word. I just went into the bathroom and shaved it off. I came out, and Miles goes, "What did you do?" And I was like, "I'm not sure yet." I just cut it off. I was like, I don't know what I did. It was a lot. I didn't realize how much it was until I cut it off. It's like, oh my God.
Now we're gonna have to reverse release a song. We're gonna have to unrelease a song to account for your missing beard.
Completely botched that. That's a complete botched job of what we were supposed to be doing.
Mix it up. Now we got to get it done.
Yeah. Well, since we're slapping, let's slap a number on this.
This is episode 331.
Let's take a moment to think about that. That's a lot. That's certainly more than we did last week. Yeah. Usually we have some in the tank ready to go, and we this week was just madness, mental. So that's cool. That's so Turbo's -1 in the house. And did you do anything for Father's Day, Turbo?
We went over to my in-laws' house and had lunch, and this afternoon, and just kind of hung around the couch, around the house. I mean, we played some cards with the kids, some games, and like I said, we were loading up the U-Haul as much as we could in and out of the storm today. So, we were kind of doing that, and that's about it.
Very cool. Very cool. And Chad, none of your kids came home or came out of the woodwork to claim you, no?
No, another year gone by. Still haven't seen them.
That's all right. They'll come back. You shouldn't have left them in the car. That was your first mistake.
Yeah.
But
think about that every day.
Lesson learned. No, you don't. Yes, Father's Day. I don't. I think just because of social media, I even acknowledge it. I don't. I didn't and hadn't posted anything before about Father's Day or any of those Hallmark made holidays or events, and just putting them on. But it is people like it, so fuck it. It's it's definitely a made up holiday. I got a couple of nice texts today from people, and wow, that's the first time I heard it. That sounds good. Yeah, I was out walking, and came pissing down, and it got drenched, but now it's kind of subsided again. But so what we're talking about, kids, is we're in sunny old Texas where the rain has just been has taken no time off in the last 2 weeks. It's just been. It seems like every day we get a massive throwdown. On that note, too, on the feeling a little hallmarky, I want to say send out a special. Our thoughts to our friends in San Antonio. I mean, they've just been getting brutalized. I talked to a friend of ours, Chris, up in Little Rock at the Hibernia. He served in the Army. He was stationed down in San Antonio. and he says there's no drainage down there at all, and we witnessed it down there a couple of times when we did that festival when it got rained out, and we just watched the water come down and the water went up. The water in the ground filled up and the rain. Madness. But yeah, so anyway, I hope all our friends and all of you in San Antonio are okay, because it's pretty intense. And the drive up to
Wow.
Who's going to claim that one?
I'll try to keep it down. That was like right there. I was like,
Wow.
It's come.
Here she comes.
Wow.
There's a little flash. I didn't realize San Antonio flooded like that.
I didn't either, but on my drive up to Arkansas on Friday, all the side, all the fields, all the side roads, everything was just pummeled all the way through Louisiana and through, I went up through Shreveport and over through Texarkana, and just stunning to see the amount of rainfall. So hopefully it's coming to an end this week. I don't like to see the rain come to an end, because I'm on the water and I love it when the water's nice and high, but yeah, it's pretty stunning.
Patrick, does it ever flood in Ireland?
Yeah, it's an island, so it's tough to flood it. But no, they've had serious storms. And this was pointed out to me. It's been pointed out a few years on our tour, which incidentally, the year 2025 that we're presently dwelling in, we're going to add another 12 seats to the Turbo. It looks like you're having all these good ideas. You're like, because I can't hear the thunder. No, it's good. It's good. It's all the flashes, and you're going, oh yeah. It's been pointed out to me a few times. They said, so who gets more rainfall, Texas or Ireland? And I thought for a minute, and I said, oh, it's got to be Texas, because we flood all the time. They said, no, Ireland and Texas are pretty much the same amount of rainfall, because it just rains year round in Ireland versus our thing. So that was interesting. There are of course, low lie, the fields of Athenry. There's some areas that are going to definitely flood, but they're just a lot more equipped. It's a lot better. It seems to be a lot easier for the water to escape, on a small island versus especially these towns, i.e. San Antonio, Austin, all these towns that have been built up beyond their ability to house and hold and accommodate all these, all these people moving in, But yes, the Ireland tour, we're going to add a few more seats. So it's still June for a little while longer. We're going to see if we can add another, 10, 12 people to the tour. But yeah, he said it's the response has been very, obviously the bus is sold out, and he said that's great. Can we?
That's the response.
10 more seats on the bus.
There it is. The count. Sorry. Yeah, so he said the response has been good, so let's push it. So let's see what we do.
Okay.
Patty pet peeves. I thought this was funny this morning. Get online, right? You're texting, doing the Happy Father's Day stuff, and I see this post, and it's all, and half the stuff is spoof, so I don't know. But I just laughed. I was like, oh my God, this is a Patty pet peeve. This is a step in the right direction. It said Louisiana's going to fine people that drive slow in the left lane. And I was like, I need a screenshot and send this to you. Because I'm like, they're listening. Patty pet peeves is getting solutions. I just laughed. I mean, I laughed out loud when I saw that. I was like, oh my God. That's it.
Well, I have to tell you, I did see that. So I saw this. It was a Mercedes. It was a black Mercedes. I don't know. Wow. I don't know. That's amazing. I don't know the car models, the SE or the GL or whatever models there are. But this was a sleek, just completely customized Mercedes-Benz, black with blacked out windows, and just it looked like there was a lot of money in this car. Well, it's sitting in the left lane, and I left far too early, and I drove far too fast, and I got there far too early. I mean, just from my house to Little Rock to Hibernia and Little Rock usually takes about 6 hours. I was there in about 5 5:15, 5:30, 5.5, whatever. And but this one part of the road, and I'm just having a great time. It was on cruise control. I'm doing about 80 and just sitting there. But in the left-hand lane, there's a car and he's doing about 70. Now the speed limit's 75, and there's an 18-wheeler, and I kind of noticed I passed the Mercedes he was in the left-hand lane because I hadn't moved, and and I was on the phone. I was I was on the phone with my OnlyFans manager, and there was an 18-wheeler truck that I came up, and I thought back to those pet peeves. Well, during the conversation I had ended up behind both of them, and or maybe that was what it was. I got off and got petrol and got back on, and as I was heading up the road again, I'm behind both of them. Well, the 18-wheeler is in the right-hand lane. The Mercedes is in the left-hand lane, and the conversation was going well, and I was having a good, catching up, blah, blah, blah. Well, the 18-wheeler goes to run the Mercedes off the road. It goes into the. I thought at first it was a mistake, and then I saw it again, and it was trying to hit it. So the Mercedes swerved, and the 18-wheelers, and it kept going. So as the Mercedes was trying to go into oncoming traffic to get away from an 18-wheeler trying to swipe it, the 18-wheeler didn't stop and kept pushing to and then it did it again. And the next time it did it, the Mercedes had to gun it to get out of the way into so then the 18-wheeler pulls up behind the Mercedes-Benz, and the Mercedes-Benz is doing the jam on the brakes, like that's going to help against an 18-wheeler, you fucking twat. So it went on for easily 3-4 minutes of these two dancing in the on the highway. Just he was trying to kill him. It was and of course, I was on the phone, but I should have filmed the whole thing, and just but yeah, it's out there. It's out there. There's going to be
How was the show?
It was wonderful. I made a video on the way home because I've got nothing better to driving that distance. I drove up, played the show, and then I drove back, and I did a video on the way home. I have to say I was overwhelmed and gobsmacked, overwhelmed, befuddled. I mean, just completely taken aback by we all know how generous and how gracious and how much we all, revere these friends of ours up in Little Rock, the Hibernia, Jerry and Molly and all the wonderful crew and all the people that come to see us every single time. It was overwhelming. It's just the word I just keep coming back to, but it was staggering to see that amount of people. And I was overcome as I was driving home, just thinking of, because I got there so early that by the time people arrived, I'd already set up and sound checked and, ready to go. Well, I got to talk to everybody. I got to sit and talk with people, and, friends of ours drove from all over to come and see this thing. And it was just mobbed. And it was just a great night. And Jerry did a great job advertising it. And a side note, our friend Gene Reed, who we've had on this show, a rock and roller from Little Rock and Roller Town, he has a new record coming out on July the 11th, and he's going to do a show at the Hibernia. And the album is called Shooter in the School, and he's just a brilliant writer. He's a brilliant performer. He's an ex-serviceman, and he's one of these people who's got no ego, but he's got every fucking reason to have one. He's just, so yeah, the Gene Reed Band, look him up. Tremendous stuff and great people. Anyway, so driving home, I started to make the video, and I was just going to be a little thank you to the gang for their hospitality, I mean, just to come see. I was telling somebody up there, the Irish are not. Actually, I was telling our friend Stephen Ferris another story in Ireland. I was telling him, I said the Irish have a very difficult time when it comes to taking a compliment or when people show them kindness or that kind of stuff. The Irish are very bad at it. And I told him that. He said, yeah, he says, we are, it's a trait throughout the island. And So I started to make the video thanking everybody and, just being so grateful. I mean, think about what we get to do for a living, to go out and to do this and for people show up and to seek it out, it's great. But, the video went too long. It was just too long. And I was, fuck, I was just blown away, but it was a stunning night because, you really realize, and everybody asked, they're all asking for the band, asking how everybody was. And I got texts from people that couldn't make it that were, raging they couldn't be there, but they'll be at the next one, blah, blah, blah. Just, it really would. It would melt your heart. It's something to behold.
That's fantastic to hear.
Magic. Yeah. Yeah. And part of the video, I was making, I've taken to learning a whole bunch of new songs for the light show on Turbo's screen is amazing.
It started raining here now too.
Yeah, can we get that for the stage?
I haven't muted, but I'm like, oh my god, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it's going. It's like, whoa. It's probably because you shaved your beard. That's what's happening. It's the weather's just freaking out. But I was talking about in the video. I was talking about I've taken to, I've done this is the second acoustic show I've done in a very short period of time, which is very unusual, but I've learned new songs to perform. And both times I did the shows, I chickened out because of being on the stage. It's a mixture of stage fright and it's that you don't want to do, you don't want to try it. I didn't want to try anything that would have been less than what I knew I could deliver. You know what I mean? I didn't want to undershoot or underperform, but what was happening was, and I'm realizing this now in real time, the reason why some of the songs that I usually do were suffering that night is because I was saying in my head, is go on, fucking go on. Don't chicken out, do it. And I neglected to do about 4 or 5 new songs that I haven't ever performed, and I'm kicking myself because it was like I said, people just don't. They give you such a. It was such a great reception, and it's such a great room because there's no TVs, you're not playing in front of the dartboards, you're not dodging, golf machines and video games, and you know what I mean. It's not a circus. It's a live music venue, and
yeah,
great food and great people that know their shit too. People that know their,
Would you feel more? Would that subside a little bit if you didn't know anybody in the crowd?
100%.
Do you think that would change that?
100%.
Yeah.
That's I don't know where it comes from. The stage fright, whatever it is, 30 years of performing. Is it 30 or it's a lot. And I had to leave the building and go walk around the neighborhood because I was just sweating bullets, just terrified of the, and these songs, a lot of these songs you could do in your sleep.
Yeah, I did. I was probably early 20s. My mom got married, and we played a song at the wedding. And it's like, and I was playing the piano for the song, and it was like all of a sudden it's go time, and your whole body just shuts down. It was like, and I'm just playing chords, couple little, as you say, frills, and just very basic stuff. We just did some acoustic stuff, but it was like, I was so nervous. I'm surprised I didn't yak. Like, it was like, wow. And I always wondered, why was I so nervous? I'm like, because every single person is there, But,
wow.
It's amazing. I don't understand how it still lives and still takes over. I mean, every part of me is terrified. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I should have unmuted that one. That was the best one.
I can read it on your face.
So is it still pouring down?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pouring. I mean, it's coming down. Like, you would be soaked in 10 seconds,
Yeah.
But the thunder and lightning's just, I think it's in this neighborhood. Like, it's within a mile or two. It's close.
coming down pretty hard here now too.
We got the police sirens everywhere. It's full blown right now.
Yeah, I heard that.
Holy shit! Yeah, I couldn't tell where the sirens are coming from, but that's usually Smalley's neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think you told the story on the show a couple times, Patrick. But was your first gig a solo gig, or was it with Davey back in the day?
The first gig was supposed to be a solo, but the nerves and the stage fright and all that stuff, I couldn't face it. So I hired Davey Bryan to come in and do the late great. And I was thinking about him today too. I just I miss that guy terribly. But yeah, Davey came in, and Davey is the consummate showman, consummate professional. He's the musician's musician. He's the encyclopedia of stage etiquette. He's just a brilliant man. And Davey would come in and he'd go, oh boy, oh no, and he'd rerun the sound, and he'd retune the guitars, and he'd tell no, we do this when we do this. All right, so Davey, you go take the first part, and I'll come up, halfway in, and he starts playing, and he's fucking great. Note to anybody wanting to go into this. The first thing you do is you find somebody that's much worse than you. Don't get somebody that's better than you. Fuck that. Because he's coming up there and he is just ripping. He is singing his heart out and he's playing like a god, and and then I got to come up first fucking time. So, and yeah, and I think I sang Rick Astley or I can't think of something. But no, I the first song that we did was Lodi by CCR.
Oh, yeah.
And okay. I remember that. I remember there's songs where a harmony works. There's songs where you do a harmony with somebody and you're like, oh my God. And I don't necessarily care for that song, but the way our voices worked on that song was, and you talked about it too in your Under the Covers stint with Davey, and don't put any context on that. Just leave it at that. Okay. Davey and Chad Under the Covers. But you talked about it. We've talked about it. I mean, when a voice works, and I'll tell you my ultimate example of those voices working is all the time is ABBA. Those voices working all the time is ABBA, or the Bee Gees, if you want to take some low hanging fruit. But if you the ultimate single for me is, and I know Brian Wilson just passed away a couple of days ago, but for me the single that just encapsulates voices working together is the Mamas and the Papas, California Dreamin'. I don't know why that song to this day, because I heard it when it came out because I'm old, but it still moves me like it did the first time I heard it. I heard it as a kid and remembered like, oh shit, that song does something. So it still does.
Yeah, Davey loved to harmonize. That was he was really, really good at it. It was really interesting too, because he was primarily a blues guitar player and singer, and he had a very just gorgeous gravelly bluesy voice, but he could also just croon. And the thing that Davey and I bonded on primarily was that we're huge fans of these guys, Beatles, and so we worked a lot of the material into the set that we did in Under the Covers. And I just have so many fond memories of singing all that stuff with him, because it was just so sounded great, and it was just a great pleasure working with him. Unfortunately, I don't know that there's any. I think somebody may have videotaped one of our shows, but if they did, I have no idea where that might be. Unfortunately, I don't think we ever recorded even any of our rehearsals. I don't think we ever recorded anything. So, but there is the closest is his record, Is Anyone Driving This Bus? His solo record he put out in 2004, I think. It was 3. It was right before Standards came out, I think. And I sing back up on that on several songs, and that's the closest anybody's ever going to get to hearing the acoustic duo show we used to do. But yeah, it was always a great pleasure being on stage with that guy.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Of course, Beatles were instrumental for so many people getting those harmonies together. You know, working up different harmonies and whatnot. And then Turbo's not a fan of harmony at all, right?
I just don't have a natural talent for that.
Harmony. Yeah.
Screw harmonies, man. I don't know. I dig it. I love bands that do it. There was a band that was, I think, Dynamite Kid or Dynamite Boy or something. They played out in Kingman, Arizona, middle of nowhere, punk rock show. All 4 of them in this band, they all could be lead singers. And I was blown away. I was a teenager and I was like, this is a whole nother level. Like it's not what you expect in a punk rock show. Like it was like, wow. So I'll have to get the name. I'll have to look them up, see if I can find some stuff and show you guys some of their stuff. But they were great live. I mean, it sounded so good. We were just like, when a band's doing harmonies, man, everyone's going, wow, because not everybody does it.
Turbo, who's your ultimate harmony band?
Ooh, I've never thought about that. Ultimate harmony band?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I have to think about that. I don't know. I mean, there is the low-hanging fruit stuff, but I mean, I mean, it's going to sound silly, but when I was growing up, I liked Boys to Men. I just like how they could sing. I'm like, dude, these guys can sing and sing harmonies, and we always went to the roller rink as kids, so they always played it, and I just always remember going, man, I never bought any of their stuff, but they could sing, and I liked it. That would be what first comes to mind.
Yeah, you need to edit that, Chad, to where he just, I don't know, I like boys. What were we talking? The harmonies. I heard that R. Kelly has he's done some recordings from jail. Did you hear that?
Is this real, or you set me up for a joke?
No, look it up. Look it up. I just saw it today. R. Kelly he recorded a song. I think it's called "If I Die." But so finally, some of my R. Kelly quips now are going to start making sense.
R. Kelly's making a comeback.
I think so. We should probably reword that one as well. That's not a good choice of words for him. But I'm going to do an R. Kelly tribute record. Yeah. I mean, think about it. Nobody's ever done it. And, it's just, why leave all that money on the table? Sometimes it's good to think before you talk. All right. So what would you call the R. Kelly tribute record?
Not suitable for adults.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean,
that's what I'm telling.
His target audience was kids, so that's a good one. What's yours, Chad? What's your R. Kelly record?
God, I was trying to make some joke about a closet. I got nothing.
That's good. That's good. I was going to say rain on my parade.
Oh.
Rain on. You guys just aren't as big. You're just not as big R. Kelly fans as I am. So
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll get to work on that. So let me ask you this too: if you had to be trapped in an elevator, because trapped in a closet, if you had to be trapped in an elevator with a celebrity, who would it be? And don't say R. Kelly because you wouldn't die of thirst. That's not going to work. Well, what celebrity would you like to be trapped in an elevator?
Like musician celebrity or any celebrity?
Any celebrity.
I'm just going to throw one zinger in here. I'm going to say Carrie Underwood.
Who's he? Oh, is he a country singer?
Yep.
Country singer? Chad, who would you want?
David Bowie.
Wow.
Just for the conversation.
I'm glad you clarified.
Just for the conversation.
I would have to say...
Don't say P. Diddy.
No, he'd probably slip. He'd slip out of your hands. And it's funny. You say P. Diddy because I didn't know anything about it. Julia's been telling me. She goes, "Did you know that?" I go, "Look, stop asking me because I don't fucking know. I didn't even know his name was. I thought when she's talking about she had bought another plant, or she had an accident. I didn't know who it was. His name is Sean Combs, right? Is that right?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Let's just cut to Patty's pet peeve piece right now. Let me just cut to it right this fucking second. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Patty's pet fucking peeves is now. Twitter. We know what Twitter is. We know that it's now X. Don't fucking say it again. It's over. It's fucking Twitter. We know what it is. End of story. Thank you. That's the end of my rant. Patty's pet
That was
peeve.
pretty good.
Yeah. Fucking end of it. Hey, what he said on X, formerly Twitter, fuck off. God damn it. Anyway.
Yeah, I guess when you type Twitter into the address bar of a browser, guess where it goes? It goes to fucking Twitter. They changed it to the X, but the Twitter still works.
That's what I'm saying. I saw somebody today say, "Hey, Mark Cuban, you should buy Twitter right now. You probably get it for a good price." I was thinking that's pretty fucking smart. If I was going to get trapped in an elevator, I would want to be trapped in an elevator with probably Dolly Parton or Cher or Barbara Streisand, or I like those young chicks. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'd like to have somebody that you can actually talk to afterwards, if you know what I mean. So I haven't given a lot of thought, but yeah, getting caught in an elevator, that would be one. Yeah, that's my final answer. One of them. So Carrie Underwood, David Bowie, and Barbara Cher, Dolly. Okay.
Man, you got 3. How did you get 3 out of this deal? I only got to pick one.
I went last. That's what my friend R. Kelly says
done.
too. Yeah, thank you. And then, so we did mention Bullet House Grill this Saturday. Inside, no. Outside, yes. Looks like the weather's going to cooperate. Mid to upper 80s, sunshine, great food, great staff. And it's going to be very, very, very fun. Very fun. Hey, where's Frank?
Yeah.
Did anybody see Frank?
Guys?
Frank. No?
I have to say, there is an elevator close by, so guess what? Okay. Here's a question.
Who's Frank thinking?
That's what I was gonna say. Fuck it. God damn it.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
That's good. So now we're gonna get to go. I'm gonna go first because I never go first. So who would Frank want to be trapped in an elevator? I'm gonna say Marilyn Manson. I know he's never heard of. I know he's never heard of him, but I'm just okay. That's my. So Chad, who's he gonna or who wants to go next?
He probably wants to be in. I would say SpongeBob or Patrick from SpongeBob.
That's what I was gonna pick.
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
one of those characters. Yeah, isn't there one of the characters in SpongeBob named Patrick?
Yeah,
one of his friends.
Patrick,
yeah,
his best friend. I'm gonna say Austin. That's who he would pick.
Oh, yeah. Do you think they'd have their phones with them and they would play games like 2 feet apart?
They wouldn't face each other, so they would feel like they're not together.
Gaming, yes.
Gaming.
Is that what the kids call it? Gaming. I'm so cool. I'm so hip. No, I would guess somebody like if he was going to do it, it would probably be somebody like Enya. I don't want to ruin the mystique here, ladies, but Frank he's the ladies' man. When you take that golf shirt off, there's a huge, hairy, ripped chest with a medallion and tattoos of all his victims. I mean, it's just, it's like a phone book. Frank is quite the ladies' man. I'm just saying, if you come to a show, please, just be aware that you could very well lose your heart. Yeah, Frank will be on the next one for sure. We today kind of happened out of the a text chain of, hey, what are we doing? Where's this? Blah blah blah. Oh, hey, let's get it. We need Chad goes, we need an episode now. So anyway, we'll have Frank back with us. Frank in the tank next SlapperCast 332. So
Frank's elevator squad. That's funny. Get an elevator with Frank. Oh, it's so good. That's so good.
I think we got our next music video.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be we got to start working on that Christmas song too, because it's already June.
That's right. It's about time for you to start teasing the audiences too.
I know.
It was around this time you would start throwing in Jingle Bells and White Christmas in the middle of July.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you do it in February.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're being awfully generous. I remember doing it in January, February. Just be like, hey, motherfuckers, It's not over till we say it is. Just like Paddy's Day. If you see us, it's still Paddy's Day. So, So we get this. We got the Ireland. We've talked about Ireland. We've talked about recording. We've talked about. Yeah, I think that was it, right?
Yeah, I think this is a good show.
Let's not go crazy. We did mention R. Kelly. It's always a success when we get to mention R. Kelly.
Yes,
I think so. Yeah. And when Turbo wears his flaming shirt, it looks like it's a cardinal.
It's good, man.
All right,
it's the Cardinals, man. It's the team, dude. ChatGPT predicts that the Cardinals will win in, I think, 2064.
Really?
It's like 40 years. I'm like, God. Even ChatGPT knows that we're not going to win. Like,
did you ask it that today yourself, or was that in the news or something?
Yeah, I saw it online. Somebody wrote the predictions of, and then it had different team names. Like it was predicting changing of team names and stuff. I like I said, it's a spoof, but I laughed. I just go, where are we on this list? I'm like, we're after Dallas. I was like, come on, this is some bull.
That's funny.
This is some bull. Yeah,
yeah. I think when you shave your beard, you just get to know things. I don't even think you look that up. I think you just, it just comes to you. So
yeah. No, I went for it. I was thinking about growing it back out again for the Ireland trip because that's plenty of time for me to pull it off. But
shit, you could have one by lunchtime tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm already like, oh my God, but it comes fast.
Patrick, I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen you without your beard. Have you ever shaved it off?
No, this took 40 years to be able to see it up close. Never mind,
Have you ever been tempted?
Oh yeah,
off completely?
Yeah. Julia would fucking shoot me. She would shoot me. I wanted to cut my hair before. I've wanted to cut my hair more times than shave, and I'm not even afraid of Julia at that point. I'm afraid of Tara at that point. Yeah, she's not.
I will say the shortest I've seen yours hair, you had it down like kind of shoulder length once, and that was just one time, and you never did it again as long as I've known you.
That was
very very minimal trims.
Yeah, and that was yesterday. Believe it or not, was the anniversary of Kelly's passing, and that was her. She said, "Don't fucking do that again," and I was afraid to get any shorter than that. So speaking of hair, so what would it take you to grow a beard, Chad?
I don't know, money.
What's the number?
I do grow it out occasionally, and it's. I used to be in the habit of shaving like every other day or something. I just like, why am I doing that? So, but the longest it'll get is usually about 4 or 5 days, because at that point it's harder. It takes longer to get it off. And I like beards, and I like having a beard, but we've talked about it before. It's just the upkeep for it just becomes annoying, because I don't like having to worry about trimming and all this stuff all the time. The other thing too is with nothing up here, after a while it starts feeling like it just looks like an imbalance to me, because I don't want, if I just have the beard coming up to here and stopping, it just looks weird to me. And that's often where I get, like, it grows after a certain point, and just having this, it looks like it's just cut off, like it's unnaturally stopping, because I don't.
We got the solution for that, dude. You just need to reverse fade it. I'm telling you, it would look
reverse
awesome.
fade.
Just reverse fade it, so it goes from, it's just from bald to, and then it's all, here it comes. So it's more down at the bottom. Man, you look awesome. What's the number? Let's go. I'm taking donations today. What's the number?
I have pictures of my dad when in the 70s, he had this big fuck off beard, and I always envied him because he grew it. At that point, he had these 2 gray streaks that went down like this. And I never got that. I may have had it. Maybe I just skipped it because I wasn't growing a beard. I don't know. But I was always wanted to have a beard like that. Every time I've attempted to grow it that long, I just get frustrated with it after a certain point.
My grandpa was a redhead, and he had the swirl, or whatever you call that. His was
really?
Oh my gosh, he would be like, yeah,
the Fu Manchu.
Yeah, we need photographs. We need pictures.
I'll see if I can get one. I think I have that for sure.
Let's let these good people get back to their days. But let me take a quick poll. So the poll is, number 1, would you like to see Chad with a beard? Number 2, would you like to see Turbo with a beard? Number 3, would you like to see both with a beard and in a onesie together? So there's our poll question for the week. So yeah, the rhythm section, a rhythm section that shaves together, stays together. So I got nothing. So let's wrap this up. Let's
All right.
thank you everybody for listening, for watching, for doing what you do. We are Blaggards and cannot wait to see you this Saturday at the Bullet House Grill in Cold Springs, Texas. Point Blank, Texas. God damn it. I'll come in again. So Point Blank, Texas, Bullet House Grill or Bullet House Grill. Wonderful food, great staff, friendly staff, and it's going to be a fun time. It was a blast the last time. Do not miss it. The other one is we're going to we've added a bunch of shows too. We're going to be back in Nacogdoches, so come up and meet our friends from Fredonia Brewing and all our wonderful friends from Nacogdoches. You know, the Scottish festival we did up there. So come up and meet them, and Turbo's going to love this. They did a blueberry beer last week, and they had the record turnout. Why? Because people wanted to see what the fuck that is, what kind of nasty concoction that is. Anyway, but got a big August. Oh my God, August is looking good. So
hell yeah.
So yeah, the website still works. People don't go there, but blaggards.com is still one of the best looking websites out there. Go check it out. We do have a few seats left to come to Ireland this year, and then we're going to start focusing on next year. But I want to especially thank Jerry and the wonderful crew up in Little Rock, Arkansas for the hospitality and for making somebody like me just stunned in silent gratitude. I mean, just overwhelming night. So just amazing. So yeah,
fantastic.
Thanks for tuning in. And God, I keep forgetting. We do have we have some guests lined up. We have some very special guests lined up to come on this show again. So some are quite sassy from Kansas-y area, and some are related to myself in ways that you wouldn't believe that are going to be on here. They've all agreed to do it. So SlapperCast,
yes.
You better put that on your map.
Let's go.
All right. Thanks for listening, and thanks for all tuning in, and thanks for sitting through. How's the storm now? Is it the pass yet?
Yeah, it's still raining, but it's a little lower. It could go again. It's still a little dark. So
you don't look as flashy as you did a minute ago. That's good. I'm just calming down.
Yeah, there was a few. I was like, yikes.
Cool. All right,
y'all.
Thank you all.
We'll see you next week.
Cheers.